In this video, we're going to answer one of the most important questions when you're considering a buyout, and that is, should you sell your portfolio back to your ISO or the processor that you sell for?
Now, I would imagine that there's some really obvious advantages to that, right, James?
There are. The two biggest ones is that the buyout can happen fast.
Sure.
Because there's not, there's no red tape really. It's them buying somebody.
Right.
Like they're currently paying you money. They're going to stop paying you.
Right.
That's easy for them to do.
Sure.
So it can go really, really fast. Also, the other advantage, could be an advantage, could be a disadvantage, is that because they have control over the portfolio and they can do things like price increases, they might be able to pay more, might be willing to pay more in some cases.
Right.
Because they know, well, I can pay 20x on this portfolio, and then I'm going to do a big price increase, and I'm going to actually increase the value of the portfolio way more.
Yeah, sure.
So because of that control, they can do that.
Although that price increase could contribute to attrition, right?
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of agents that sold their portfolio, and then a month later, we're getting some nasty phone calls. Clients are like, "Why did you just raise my rates?" And they're like, and the thing that agents don't realize is once you do that, once you do the buyout, you have no control.
Right.
In many cases, you're actually not even allowed to reach out and contact the merchant. In some cases.
Sure.
And you're definitely not allowed to reach out and change the price.
Right.
Because it's not your account anymore. It's not your portfolio.
Right.
So, it can be good, can be bad. And I think, the big message and what we talk a lot about in our guide. So if you don't have the guide yet, if you still haven't gotten it, you got to go there and get it. It's ccsalespro.com/buyout. It's the guide to selling your merchant residual portfolio. Huge
important
resource.
tool, an important tool if you're looking into this. And but it also, there's obvious reasons why you're not going to want to accept the ISO offer, right?
Well, the biggest one is if it's the only offer. It's good to get more than one offer.
Well, that's what I was leading up to. It would seem that at a minimum, you want to at least shop your portfolio around to another shop.
Right. Well, and I think, too, the key, like what I really try to get salespeople to do is go to an independent third party. So, like if you go right now and download the guide, one of the things we'll email you some information about a trusted partner that we work with. Patty and I both trust.
Right.
We've known for years, been in the industry for doing buyouts for 15 years plus.
15 at least, yeah.
And so you want to make sure that you have at least one third party that gives you a bid on that portfolio. So then you might look at the bid and go, no thanks. Right. Or you might say, oh, you know what? I can take this back to my current ISO. Maybe they have a first right of refusal.
Right.
And they're going to look it over. Maybe they say, oh, you know what? We'll match that offer and we'll do it and you'll get it.
And you'll get it tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
Or they might say, that's a little too rich for us. We don't want to do that. And then you go back. And the other thing, too, to keep in mind is so many ISOs, they're not even in a financial position to do a buyout.
Right.
They're expensive.
Sure.
Like you may be working with somebody that's got 7 salespeople and you're ready to sell your portfolio. Well, maybe they don't have $100,000 in the bank sitting there waiting to buy your portfolio.
Right.
So in a lot of cases, what you'll find is that a lot of, and it's funny too, even larger ISOs, a lot of times they'll do a certain time of the year they do buyouts.
Sure.
Right?
I can see that.
But they're not in a position to do it in July. They get a big capital infusion every September and they offer buyouts,
Right.
So depending on time of year, depending on a lot of different factors, I think the key thing is you got to get at least one third party bid.
Yeah, I would at least one third party bid. And, just think about this as you would with any business deal. It's a negotiation.
Right. Absolutely. And you want to, this is going to be, for most of you, this is going to be your biggest financial decision, maybe even more than buying a house.
I bet you. Yeah.
That you ever make. It's a big deal. I've made more, myself personally, I know that I've made more money cash from buyouts than anything else I've done in my life.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me in the least.
It's a lot of money, you know what I mean? So it's
if you
one of
wanna
those things you
learn
got to be aware.
Yeah, and if you want to learn the most about doing this, go to ccsalespro.com/buyout.
And once you do that, we'll take you right over to a page where you can actually put just a little bit of information in there about your portfolio, send it directly to a partner we trust, and get you that third-party offer that you're looking for.
Great.